Are you chosen? Signs you carry a noble mission. Have you ever reflected on your life and wondered, why do storms always find you, yet you remain steadfast while others falter? Why, in the darkest moments, does an invisible light seem to guide you? And why, though you may not be extraordinary, do you become a pillar of strength for others in their times of despair? Do not hastily dismiss this as coincidence or misfortune. Perhaps you are among the rare few chosen by higher powers. These individuals are gifted with the energy of intuition, profound compassion, and divine protection from unseen realms. Just as seeds require barren soil to take root, and mountains need fierce winds to stand firm, every challenge in your life exists not to crush you, but to forge your will, leading you to recognize the noble path you are destined to walk. Behind every pain and peculiar event lies a profound message from the universe. You were chosen, not to lead an ordinary life, but to become a beacon of light for others. How can you know if you carry this special mission? Reflect deeply, for when you understand these signs, your journey will be illuminated. Strong intuition. A strong intuition is a sacred gift, though its value may not be clear to you at first. It is the ability to perceive truths beyond what the eyes can see. It arises from the depths of your soul, like a faint chime ringing in the silence, signaling things others cannot discern. Those endowed with this intuition often sense the flow of the universe, as if an invisible thread connects them to natural laws and the divine realm. Imagine someone who frequently senses something amiss, even when all seems normal. On a tranquil afternoon with a clear blue sky, this person might feel a forewarning of significant events, a storm, a disaster, or even a subtle shift in someone's destiny. Intuition does not rely on logic or evidence. It is like a ray of light piercing through the darkness, revealing truths before they manifest. As ancient wisdom tells us, intelligence does not always stem from knowledge, but from inner stillness. Intuition in action. Confucius, during his years of traveling and teaching, encountered individuals with such profound intuition that they needed few words to understand others. By merely observing someone's actions, they could grasp their thoughts and intentions. In one instance, as Confucius paused before a weathered house, his gaze turned pensive. When his disciples inquired, he replied, "This house once sheltered a kind-hearted soul, but now it echoes only pain." Upon meeting the homeowner, they discovered a person who had recently endured great loss. Intuition as a warning. Another story recounts a moment when the Buddha and his disciples approached a rushing river. He stopped to observe the turbulent waters. When asked why, he smiled and remarked, "The river reminds us that everything passes, but if we are not mindful, we too will be swept away." As they continued their journey, they encountered a broken bridge washed away by floods. The Buddha's foresight had given them time to find a safer path. You were chosen for a higher purpose. Your intuition is just one of many signs pointing to your extraordinary mission. If you recognize its presence and listen closely to its guidance, it can lead you to profound understanding and purposeful action. The challenges you face are not obstacles but stepping stones, shaping you into the light bearer you were meant to be. By embracing these signs and cultivating your inner gifts, you can fulfill the divine mission entrusted to you, becoming a source of strength, wisdom, and compassion for those around you. Strong intuition is neither magic nor boastfulness. Strong intuition is a natural connection between the soul and the universe. Those who possess this gift often live quietly, yet they become leaders in times of difficulty. They do not need to speak much or prove themselves because their actions and decisions bring peace to both themselves and others. If you have ever experienced moments when intuition saved you from disaster or guided you to the right path, know that you carry an invaluable gift. This intuition is the voice of higher powers, a guiding light that helps you find truth amidst the ambiguities of life. Facing many challenges in life. Facing numerous challenges in life is a clear sign of those who carry a special mission. If you realize that your journey is far from smooth, filled with suffering, loss, and repeated failures, remember that this is no coincidence. These trials are not punishments, but a way for the universe to test your inner strength and loyalty to the path destined for you. Just as diamonds are forged under immense pressure, humans must endure hardships to become strong and wise. The Buddha himself endured years of extreme challenges before attaining enlightenment. As a prince, he lived a life of luxury, shielded from the suffering of the world. Yet when he stepped outside the palace walls and witnessed aging, illness, death, and the pain of existence, he realized that truth did not lie in comfort or ease. The Buddha relinquished everything, leading a life of austerity and enduring severe physical and mental trials to find the path of liberation for humanity. During his journey, moments of doubt, loneliness, and temptation tested his resolve. Yet these very trials became the stepping stones that led him to enlightenment beneath the Bodhi tree. As he once said, hardship is the fire that tempers. Only those who endure can achieve clarity and strength. Trials that shape great souls. Those who carry a great mission often bear burdens no one else has to face. They may lose loved ones, sacrifice cherished possessions, or experience failures that seem to shatter their entire world. Yet remarkably, they do not fall. They understand that each challenge is a lesson, and every time they rise again, they grow stronger. Consider the story of Zhuangzhou, a great Taoist philosopher. When his wife passed away, he did not grieve as most would. Instead, he sat by her coffin, drumming on the earth and singing. His students were shocked and asked why he did not mourn. Zhuangzhou replied, "When she was alive, I was joyful to share her company. When she departed, I understood that this was merely a part of the cycle of existence. To cry or lament would be to cling to pain. By overcoming this trial, I have come to a deeper understanding of impermanence and harmony with the universe." Embracing challenges and growing. Those who are chosen for extraordinary missions often find strength and wisdom through their trials. They view hardships not as punishments, but as opportunities to deepen their understanding of life and to refine their character. Each challenge becomes a step toward becoming a beacon of light for others. By accepting these lessons and continuing forward with courage and purpose, they fulfill their divine mission and inspire those around them to do the same. Those who are chosen bear greater responsibilities. The chosen ones carry responsibilities far beyond the ordinary. They do not live merely for personal enjoyment, but to learn, grow, and assist others. The losses and pains in their lives are stepping stones that lead them to wisdom. This is how the universe prepares them to become leaders and sources of inspiration for those around them. Challenges serve as tests of loyalty to the path ordained by the heavens. Will you persevere when everything seems to collapse? Are you courageous enough to stand firm amidst the storm, or will you abandon your mission and turn away? These questions are not just personal, they shape how you impact the world around you. Look at the lives of saints and sages who have left a guiding light for others to follow. They did not live solely for themselves, but carried the burdens of humanity's challenges. Confucius, during his years of wandering through the feudal states, faced countless adversities. Once, he and his disciples were surrounded by soldiers, their supplies depleted, leaving them cold and hungry. While his disciples were anxious, Confucius remained calm, continuing to teach and maintain his faith. He remarked, "A virtuous person remains steadfast in adversity. It is through challenges that character and resolve are tempered." For those who are chosen, life is never a straight path. Every step may encounter stones or even deep chasms, yet in moments of despair, they uncover their hidden strength. When they overcome these trials, they emerge stronger and wiser, ready to illuminate the way for others. If your life is filled with challenges, do not rush to blame or feel that life is unfair. Remember, those chosen must endure the hottest flames to become tempered steel. In the end, you will realize that everything you have experienced was preparation for a higher mission, one far greater than you can currently imagine. Witnessing extraordinary signs. Witnessing extraordinary signs is not a common experience. However, for those chosen by higher powers, these signs naturally become part of life. These unusual and meaningful occurrences do more than surprise. They carry messages from the divine realm, reminding you that you are not alone on your journey. In ancient times, such signs were often seen as manifestations of the divine. Rare birds appearing, mystical lights flickering in dreams, or a sudden sense of peace and clarity on an ordinary day. All these are reminders that the universe watches over you and that you have been chosen to fulfill a noble mission. The phoenix is a fitting symbol of these divine signs. representing rebirth and blessings in many cultures. In Chinese history, the story of the phoenix is closely tied to the reigns of Yao and Shun, two emperors renowned for their kindness and wisdom. Legend has it that during Yao's reign, a phoenix perched on a parasol tree within the palace grounds, heralding an era of peace and prosperity. This sign not only affirmed the emperor's virtuous rule, but also reminded him that he was walking the path destined by the heavens. These signs are not mere coincidences. They serve as affirmations of your purpose and as encouragement to continue your journey with faith and determination. Embrace them as a reminder of the extraordinary mission entrusted to you. Miraculous signs in Buddhist scriptures. In Buddhist scriptures, miraculous signs often appear around great spiritual figures. Before the Buddha was born, Queen Maya dreamt of a white elephant with 6 tusks entering her womb, radiating brilliant light. This auspicious sign foretold the arrival of a great being who would bring the light of enlightenment to humanity. Such signs are not limited to grand phenomena. They can manifest as small, meaningful events. Imagine feeling lost on a particular day when suddenly a unique bird appears and sings on your porch. A strange yet comforting sense of peace envelops you, as if someone were telling you to trust the path you have chosen. These seemingly fleeting moments carry profound encouragement, urging you to stay steadfast. The story of Laozi and the Golden Dragon. The story of Laozi is another testament to the presence of miraculous signs. When Laozi decided to leave the imperial court to live in seclusion, he stopped at Hanggu Pass. There, the gatekeeper, Yin Shi, dreamt of a golden dragon soaring into the sky, emitting dazzling light. Believing this was a sign of the arrival of a great sage, Yin Shi detained Laozi and pleaded with him to write down his teachings. The result was the Tao Te Ching, a timeless masterpiece of philosophy and spirituality. Miraculous signs not only herald significant events, but also reveal their deeper meanings. Sometimes, while surrounded by nature, you may feel a refreshing breeze that calms your soul. You might not understand why, but this sensation brings a profound sense of serenity and clarity. This is the universe's way of sending messages, affirming that you are being guided and protected, a reminder of divine protection. Those who experience such signs often play a vital role in spreading love and light to the world. These signs affirm that you are on the right path and remind you that every step is being watched over and safeguarded. When you see an unusual light in a dream, encounter a familiar yet meaningful image unexpectedly, or feel as though a guiding presence has touched your mind, listen and accept it. These are not mere illusions but messages from the unseen realms, assuring you that you are not alone and that your actions carry a deeper significance than you may realize. As the Buddha taught, even the smallest phenomena are part of the vast interconnectedness of the universe. Learn to perceive them with a mindful mind and an open heart. If special signs repeatedly appear in your life, know that you are living under the protection of divine powers. Cherish them and continue your journey with gratitude and faith. You are among the few chosen to fulfill a noble mission in this world. Profound compassion. Compassion is not merely a response to the suffering of others, but a sacred mission, a beacon that illuminates the darkest moments of life. Those who possess deep compassion feel genuine pain for the suffering of others, whether they are loved ones or strangers. This emotion flows naturally, unstoppable, compelling them to act in ways that alleviate others' pain, even if they expect nothing in return. Compassionate individuals often find their strength in the quiet resolve to serve humanity selflessly, spreading hope and light where it is needed most. Their compassion is a testament to their spiritual depth, making them conduits for the universe's healing energy. With each act of kindness, they reinforce the interconnectedness of all beings, embodying the love and wisdom of higher realms. Through their actions, they inspire others to embrace compassion, fostering a world filled with understanding, care, and unity. The compassion of Zen Master Tessin. Let me share with you the story of Zen Master Tessin, who lived during ancient Japan. Tessin was renowned for his boundless compassion and tireless dedication to bringing Buddhist teachings to the people. At that time, Buddhist scriptures were written in Sanskrit, a language few Japanese could understand. Tessin devoted his life to translating and printing the Buddhist scriptures in Japanese, making the teachings accessible to all. To achieve this, he traveled extensively, collecting donations from both the wealthy and the poor. After many years, he finally gathered enough money to begin the printing process. However, a catastrophic flood swept through his region, leaving thousands homeless and destitute. Without hesitation, Tessin used the entire sum he had saved to buy food and build shelters for the victims. Once the flood subsided, he resumed his mission of fundraising. When he was close to collecting the necessary funds again, a severe epidemic broke out. Tessin once more used all the money he had accumulated to buy medicine and care for the sick. It was only on his third attempt, after decades of effort, that he managed to complete the printing of the Buddhist scriptures in Japanese. Yet, he never regretted the times he diverted from his original goal to help those in need. For Tessin, compassion for the suffering was the truest practice of Buddhist teachings. This story of Zen Master Tessin vividly demonstrates the power of compassion. It is not only seen in grand actions, but also in silent sacrifices, where one places the needs of others above even the most significant goals of their own life. The compassion of Mother Teresa. Compassion also played a profound role in the life of Mother Teresa, a woman celebrated for her boundless love. She often shared that a pivotal moment in her life was when she encountered a man lying on the roadside, starving and abandoned. He was close to death, yet his eyes still reflected a yearning to live. Mother Teresa knelt beside him, gently took his hand, and guided him to shelter, caring for him with immense love and patience. She once said, "People may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel." The man did not live long, but in his final days he experienced love and warmth he had never known. Compassion as a lifelong flame. Compassion is not a fleeting action. It is a flame that burns eternally in the soul. It not only alleviates the pain of others, but also brings profound peace to the one who practices it. Those who live with compassion often receive more than they give, not in material wealth, but in the joy of seeing another's suffering lessen. As an ancient Greek philosopher once said, "No one grows strong by locking themselves in their own shell. Only by opening their heart to the world can they truly live." Those with compassion live not only for themselves, but also to bring light to those lost in darkness. If you find yourself unable to ignore the suffering of others, always feeling compelled to help, even in small ways, this is not just sensitivity, it is a sign of a noble soul. Cherish your compassion, for it is the bridge between you and the sacred values bestowed upon you by the divine. Compassion connects you to the universal truths of love, humanity, and selflessness, making your life a source of hope and warmth for the world. Attracting those in search of guidance. Attracting individuals seeking guidance is a sign of possessing inner light, wisdom, and understanding. You may have experienced this. No matter where you are, people gravitate toward you for advice, sharing their deepest secrets that they cannot disclose to anyone else. You do not need to try to appear knowledgeable or authoritative. Your calm demeanor, maturity, and compassion naturally make others feel safe. Such individuals often become lighthouses in the lives of others without realizing it. Their light is neither loud nor ostentatious, yet strong enough to guide lost souls to safe harbors. This is not mere coincidence, but a clear sign that you are chosen to play the role of a guide, illuminating the path for those searching for meaning or direction in life. The story of the Buddha's early teachings. Let me tell you the story of the Buddha during the early days after his enlightenment. After attaining the truth beneath the Bodhi tree, he did not immediately seek out followers to teach. Instead, he immersed himself in the serenity of truth and inner peace. Soon after, those who had accompanied him during his ascetic practice sought him out, despite having previously abandoned him for what they saw as his deviation from austerity. Now, they could not resist the attraction of his presence, a pull not born of status or power, but of enlightenment and boundless compassion. These individuals felt that beside the Buddha, they could find answers to the suffering, doubts, and uncertainties of life. The Buddha did not impose or compel anyone to follow him. Instead, he listened, shared, and through his wise silence, he attracted thousands who came to learn the Dharma. The story of Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang. Another story from ancient China's turbulent era centers on Liu Bei, one of the founding emperors of the Shu Han kingdom. Liu Bei, driven by compassion and a desire to bring peace, attracted many talented individuals, including Zhuge Liang, who later became his brilliant strategist. Zhuge Liang was not easily persuaded. It was only on the third attempt, after Liu Bei personally braved miles of snow to visit him, that Zhuge Liang agreed to serve. Zhuge Liang was not drawn by power or fame, but by Liu Bei's sincerity and his commitment to the people and the nation. Liu Bei's way of life and perseverance demonstrated that he was not just a leader, but an inspiration, instilling faith and purpose in those who sought a higher ideal. A role bestowed upon you. If you often find yourself in this role, know that it is part of a mission entrusted to you. Those who come to you are not random. They sense the peace and wisdom within you. In a chaotic world, you become a pillar that helps them regain balance. This requires not only listening, but also understanding and guiding them with patience and sincerity. The wisdom of Confucius. Consider Confucius, who wielded neither political power nor military strength, yet attracted thousands of students from all corners. Confucius did not impose his views on others. He taught through stories, thoughtful advice, and ethical principles. He once said, "I do not invent anything new. I merely pass on what the ancients have taught." Yet his way of life and the ideas he shared drew many to him, believing they could find wisdom and the right path in life under his guidance. On one occasion, someone asked Confucius, "Master, why do so many people flock to you?" Confucius replied, "I do not use force to compel or wealth to entice. I simply lead with sincerity and an open mind. People come to me because they feel safe and see in me a reflection of the aspirations they wish to achieve." Embrace your gift. If you have noticed others opening up to you with ease, sharing pains they cannot voice to anyone else, understand that you possess a unique gift. Cherish it and use it to continue spreading peace and light to those seeking guidance on life's challenging journey. Your presence can become the beacon that helps others navigate their darkest times, offering them solace and a renewed sense of direction. Always protected. Being protected in dangerous situations is a clear sign that you are under the divine shelter of heaven and Buddha. In life, there are moments when escape from disaster seems impossible, yet miraculously, you emerge unharmed. These escapes are not coincidences. They are evidence that you carry an unfinished mission, and therefore, an invisible force watches over and protects you from harm. Scriptures often state that those with noble missions will always be safeguarded from danger because their tasks remain incomplete. This implies that when your responsibilities are unfinished, the universe will not let you depart in vain. Consider the story of Maudgalyayana, one of the 10 great disciples of the Buddha, renowned for his filial piety and extraordinary supernatural abilities. During his journeys to spread the teachings of the Dharma, Maudgalyayana often faced plots by enemies of Buddhism. On one occasion, he was ambushed in the forest by a group of bandits. Strangely, just as the bandits were about to act, a sudden downpour forced them to retreat. Maudgalyayana understood that this was no coincidence, but a divine intervention, enabling him to continue his mission of spreading the Dharma. Such stories of miraculous protection are not limited to Buddhist scriptures, but are abundant throughout history. Recall Alexander the Great, the legendary conqueror of the ancient world. Throughout his life filled with battles, he often faced extreme danger. Once, while leading his army across a great river at night, his boat capsized in the rushing waters. At the brink of disaster, an unknown soldier appeared and pulled him to safety. Afterward, when Alexander tried to find this soldier, no one could identify him. He believed it to be divine intervention, as his mission, to build a great empire, remained unfulfilled. In everyday life, you may have encountered life-threatening situations, a near-miss traffic accident, getting lost in a dense forest, or battling a severe illness. Yet, at the critical moment, something or someone seemed to intervene. It could be a stranger appearing at the right time, or a fleeting decision that saved you from disaster. These events are not mere coincidences. They signify that you are being protected. There is a story about a fisherman living by the sea who went out to fish daily for his livelihood. Once during a stormy season, he encountered massive waves that capsized his boat in the vast ocean. Thinking he would not survive, he suddenly found a large plank floating near him, which he clung to, keeping him alive until rescued. When he returned, he recounted feeling a profound, invisible force supporting him amid the raging waves. Faith in protection from heaven and Buddha brings inner peace and helps you realize that you live not only for yourself. Those near escapes are reminders that your mission is still ongoing. It may be helping others, spreading love, or simply fulfilling the duties life has assigned to you. Confucius once said, "The virtuous act in accordance with righteousness, and heaven and earth will protect them." Those who live with noble purposes and pursue goodness will receive protection from supernatural forces. If you have ever faced moments of near death but survived miraculously, know that it is not by chance. It is a sign of protection from heaven and Buddha. Cherish this divine shelter and continue to lead a meaningful life, for your mission is still ahead. Prophetic dreams. Prophetic dreams are one of the clearest signs that you possess a unique connection to the spiritual world. Not all dreams simply reflect thoughts or emotions from daily life. Some carry messages, strange imagery, profound meanings, and even accurate predictions of the future. These dreams are not mere coincidences, but a way for divine forces or the universe to convey their will and guidance to you. Such prophetic dreams are not only forewarnings, but also guiding stars for major life decisions. Prophetic dreams do not just appear in the lives of saints, but also in those of ordinary individuals with special missions. Imagine a farmer who dreams of a bountiful harvest after days of severe drought. Trusting the dream, the farmer decides to sow seeds at the right moment and reaps an unexpectedly abundant crop. Or consider a mother who dreams that she must urgently move house to avoid a disaster, only for a massive flood to strike her old home a few days later. These dreams are often not immediately clear. They may feature symbolic imagery or vague messages, requiring awareness and sensitivity to grasp their true meaning. Those who experience prophetic dreams often have a heightened sense of intuition and a keen perception of life's hidden layers. Remember the story of Liu Bowen, a renowned strategist of the Ming Dynasty. Legend has it that he once dreamt of 7 erupting volcanoes, each spewing a different color. Upon waking, he realized the dream symbolized 7 major uprisings in the future. Thanks to his understanding and foresight, he helped Emperor Zhu Yuanzhang prepare and secure the throne during tumultuous times. If you have ever had strange dreams that left a strong impression of significance, do not dismiss them. They may be signs that divine forces are guiding you, delivering critical messages to prepare you for the journey ahead. These dreams may not always be immediately comprehensible, but their meaning often becomes clearer as you take time to reflect and listen to your intuition. Cherish prophetic dreams, as they are an integral part of your spiritual journey and serve as guidance from the invisible world, helping you discover the right path to fulfill your mission. A soul inclined towards goodness. A soul inclined towards goodness and pursuing a spiritual path is a hallmark of those who resist being swept into the whirlpool of fame or material wealth. Instead, they yearn for peace and deeper meaning in life. They understand that external things like money, power, or status bring only temporary happiness. Their ultimate goal is enlightenment, a harmony with their true self and a connection to the divine origin. People with a good-hearted soul are often drawn to meditation, prayer, or profound philosophies about life. They seek not simple explanations, but wish to delve into the roots of every issue. This quest not only helps them understand themselves, but also fosters a strong connection with the universe and its immutable laws. Take the story of Laozi, the founder of Taoism. Living during the decline of the Zhou dynasty, a time of chaos and upheaval, Laozi witnessed people engrossed in material pursuits, power struggles, and endless competition. Instead of engaging in these pursuits, he withdrew from the court, lived in seclusion, and spent his life contemplating the workings of the universe. He realized that life is like a river, continually flowing in its own way. Humans, if they follow the natural flow, will find peace within. But if they resist, they will be trapped in suffering and dissatisfaction. Before departing, he left the world with the Tao Te Ching, writing, "Knowing contentment is true wealth. Knowing when to stop brings peace." His message was one of letting go of ambition and seeking happiness within. Another story is that of Emperor Ashoka of India. Initially, Ashoka was an ambitious king who waged wars and conquered many lands. After the Battle of Kalinga, however, seeing thousands of corpses strewn across the battlefield, he felt profound sorrow. He realized that brutality and power did not bring true peace or happiness. From that moment, Ashoka turned to Buddhism, abandoning violence and living a life of compassion and righteousness. He built numerous temples and stupas to spread the Dharma and encouraged his people to live virtuous lives. Ashoka found peace and purpose not in victory, but in living for the benefit of all beings. In everyday life, you may have met someone, or perhaps you yourself feel, that material values cannot satisfy the soul. No matter how much you achieve, deep inside, there remains a void to fill. You turn to meditation, prayer, or deep conversations with yourself because you understand that only a quiet soul can truly experience joy. Consider the story of a young monk. Born into a wealthy family and inheriting everything, he still felt a sense of emptiness. One day he decided to abandon it all and retreat to the mountains to practice meditation. Years later, his family visited and asked, "Do you regret giving up all your possessions?" The monk smiled and replied, "Before, I had everything externally, but nothing internally. Now I have nothing externally, but everything within." This is the true wealth that the spiritual path brings. Those on this path do not seek fulfillment from the external world. They turn inward, exploring their essence and finding an endless source of peace. As Buddha once taught, no one saves you but yourself. Walk your own path. If you feel the urge to pursue a spiritual path, cherish it. You are embarking on a noble journey, where each step not only frees you from suffering, but also spreads peace and light to the world around you. Conclusion. Life is like a vast canvas, and each of us sees only a small fragment during our journey. There are moments when you wonder why you face so many challenges, why special emotions, intuitions, and experiences keep occurring. But when you pause, quietly observe, and reflect more deeply, you will realize that everything happens for a reason. If you find yourself with unique signs like strong intuition, deep compassion, or strange dreams, these are not mere fleeting phenomena. They are messages from the divine, from the universe, reminding you that you are chosen for a noble mission. The trials and hardships you have endured are not meant to break you, but to forge you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. When you recognize that you are protected in dangerous situations, when others come to you for advice, or when sudden auspicious signs appear in your life, understand that this is the universe affirming your role. You are not an ordinary person, merely living day by day. You are a shining light, a guide who quietly brings light and peace to those who are lost. Walk with gratitude and unwavering faith. For you are not only a recipient of divine light, but also a transmitter of it to the world. Your mission is an indispensable part of the universe's grand design, and every action and thought you contribute adds to the harmony and balance of all life.